Good morning and welcome to the Riverside Sports Complex here in Nottingham. It's day 2 of the England Touch Junior Nationals for 2022. I'm John O'Ballard and with me is Joe Wright. Good morning, Joe.
Yeah, good morning.
Did you enjoy yourself yesterday on league comms?
Yeah, it was a bit frantic. It was a bit frantic. Running around, trying to grab people, get in, go on, give us a hand. I'm sure not everyone wants to be hearing only my voice for 8 hours.
Yeah, they've got both our voices.
Yeah, Stream Team is back.
So we start off this morning with the girls 14s round 2 clash between the West Wildcats and the South East Sharks, and you saw these two teams yesterday and a couple of players you picked out from that game.
Yeah, definitely. Anyone who watched the Sharks game, this division, yesterday, Logan Brown, the winger
of South East Sharks,
absolutely rapid, great feet, scored an amazing try, saved a definite try at the other end. And this is what we were saying yesterday. You don't have to be big in touch. You don't have to have played loads of touch to be successful in touch.
Yeah.
You've just got to have the core skills, and she's got bags of them.
Yeah. And we'll take a quick look at yesterday's results. I'll just bring them up. And the Wildcats had a really good day yesterday. 9-1 over the Taipans, 10-0 over the Sharks, and then 13-2 over the Taipans as the game gets underway with the South East Sharks with the tap-off. So the Wildcats are looking very, very strong in this division. Yeah,
they've got a lot of core members who have played touch. You know, they're maybe part of the England under-15 girl setup or the mixed setup. So they've got a really good foundation of touch, which, you know, when strung together with good athleticism like this team has, especially in a division where structure isn't as important, it isn't the main focus, it's really hard to stop.
And it's the Wildcats who are on the attack straight away after a breakdown of that opening Sharks tap-off. And they're close, but a little handling error there gives the ball back to the Sharks.
Yeah, and this was an area that we saw the Sharks get loads of joy from because they did just use the pace that they had on the outside, using their links and wings, and they go around the outside of teams. Whereas this morning, I think they're trying to implement a little bit more structure, and it's just become a little bit disjointed.
Yeah. Well, the Wildcats have the ball again. Good pressing by them. Just nice patient build-up as well. It's got space over on this left-hand side, and I think that's where it's going to come now, and that's the opening score. Yeah. Really good try. Kate Edwards there.
Good option, you know, it looks like they're going to set up a platform. She realises that the link is too far under. She realises she's got 2 people on the outside hugging the touchline, and she fixes a defender who has to engage on her because she's not the half. And then it's an easy pass out into the corner.
The South East Sharks take the opportunity to bring some fresh legs on for the tap-off. So just under 2 minutes played, and the Wildcats on the board already. Kate Edwards with the try. And it's the Sharks who start again. And I suppose from a Sharks point of view, I mean, this Wildcats team have been incredibly dominant so far in this. It's just about improvement for the Sharks, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Results.
They've got the people to do it. That's a really nice option. She could score there. Unlucky. She doesn't quite have the pace to get to the line. But this is what we've seen from the Sharks, is they've got the right ideas. It's just the execution. It's not quite there at this age. But, you know, these kids, and they are just kids, I said this yesterday, like, we are being really critical for the age group that they're working in, but it's because their core skills are so good, and they're going to have 5, 6, 7 years to develop these and go into high performance camps.
Great run down the wing there. Good yards gained by the Wildcats, and I think that it's true what you say there, because the oldest that anyone on this pitch is going to be is 14 years old.
Yeah, and it bodes really well for the future of touch in England, because, you know, these kids, they have such good core skills, and high performance coaches, especially in this age group, will be looking at some of these kids thinking, upskilling you and putting you into a touch environment and letting you play rugby within the structure of touch is going to be so easy because of the core skills that you have.
Oh,
I'm not sure what he's...
looks like they've got a fresh set, have they?
No, I think he's just told them to take the touch, and that's fifth. So this will be turnover.
Yeah.
A little bit of a strange call.
Yeah. I don't think the players realised what was going on.
Everyone just stopped, and I was like, what's going on?
But it's the Wildcats who have the ball again. They are 1-0 ahead as they make the transition from their sub-box.
Yeah, it's a really clean transition. You can see, and what's interesting here is yesterday the referees have been really lenient with infringements around the roll ball, so dumping the ball past the mark, which is something that you've got to be really hot on, especially at opens level touch. It's not so important at juniors, but yesterday they were saying we are going to tighten up on these because this is the way you learn touch properly, is if you're giving a clear example of what's not acceptable, what's incorrect to the letter of the law, and then given an opportunity to correct it. And now, because we're in the second day, they're really being hot on them. This is fifth now. They're going to have to make something out of nothing, and it just goes to ground there.
You see the organisation of the Wildcats in their defence, though, aren't they? I don't think the Sharks have got to the 7-metre line yet.
No, and like I say, that's just the experience that these players have. It's really apparent in this age group which teams have the experience playing touch and which teams don't. I know, talking to Andy, that this is a very, very new and fresh-faced Shark side, and considering that some of these girls have never played a competitive game of touch before, they've put a really nice account of them out, and they've played really well. Their game on the live stream yesterday was a stormer. So yeah, it bodes well for their development, their individual development. You know, the result of this tournament isn't the be all and end all. At the end of the day, this is just another step in their development as an athlete.
Yeah.
Exposure at this level's got to be nothing but positive.
Yeah. And that's what these tournaments are designed to do, though, isn't it? It's to give these players competitive experience in a high pressure environment as well, because it's a national tournament. Yeah, definitely. Oh, is she off again? No. Look, whenever Logan Brown gets on the ball, something could happen. We saw it yesterday. Some people will be nodding their head at that because some of the scores yesterday were just outrageous. Oh, that's a great pass.
Yeah, that's a really nice 2-on-1.
And down it goes, and it's a second try for the Wildcats. Sharks have kept them at bay quite well up until that point, but you see it here, it's a lovely little pass to the left-hand side.
Yeah, draw and pass. Really nice pace shown there as well, just to put the toe on, get around the outside.
Eva Artingstall there with the speed on the left wing. And the Wildcats are 2 to the good with just over 6 minutes played.
Yeah, and you know, it is probably fair, and considering what we've seen so far, but the Sharks have got good field position. They're just not necessarily doing something with it. It's the little nuances that they're not quite getting right. You know, an instance there is she's dumped the ball too close to the try line, so it means the defence don't have to retreat as far. Those are the little nuances that they're just not going to have. They're not going to have experienced yet, and you learn those by playing against teams who use them really well. And she's got mega pace going down the outside. I don't think anyone's going to catch her.
Oh, that's a great play.
Oh, scything through.
Absolutely brilliant, Matilda Palmer there.
Really nice. Just puts the toe on. Says, all right, here you go. Clean set of wheels.
Fantastic try.
Yeah.
Great speed.
Yeah, and this is why this Wildcat side has been so hard to stop, because they have a good blend of heads-up rugby, playing what they see, and structure. And you don't often see that in this age group. But you're seeing it in this Wildcats team because they have these players to provide structure, and then they have players who are just athletes who then can break the line, use their pace, good feet, good hands. Although this is a good option for the Sharks. This is fourth. You're going to want to look to see them set something up.
That's 5, so
this is 5.
Well, may look to go to the wing, but they've turned it over.
Yeah, I think it's just not recognising the touch count, not realising that you've got no more touches to play, and then, you know, that's what happens, 6 touches turnover.
And
although, again, there are positives to say with the Sharks side. They've just turned it over through the Wildcats transition. So it's not like they're not finding any success in this game. They're putting really nice defensive pressure on, and especially in the midfield. It's just in these situations, you know, you want to see them use a little bit of structure. That's a bit better. The half is just too slow.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. Yeah, first game, second day. You're gonna be tired. You know, it was a long day of touch yesterday. You know, some of these teams played three games little breaks in between. But you're gonna get this. I think we'll see this maybe in the next game as well. Not quite warm through. First half will be a little bit disjointed, but I expect that these little handling errors will probably work themselves out in the second half.
Because it's not warm today, is it? There's a stiff breeze blowing as that is fifth touch, and it's not taken. But yeah, a really stiff breeze. Jordan Mellon just coming to say hello.
Oh.
I wonder if he's had his pills this morning.
Yeah, definitely. He's bouncing about. He's excited for today. It feels like his boys could do it today, and I mean, not trying to sound biased, but I reckon they could.
Yeah, he's coach of is it the Northwest Boys 17s team?
Yeah. So it's actually a really experienced side. You know, they've got players like Sam Thorpe, Cooper Bainbridge, Sam Dixon, Isaac Wheatley. These are all players. You know, you could name the majority of them. I think there's only 2 or 3 that haven't played touch at a high level. So they've got that overall experience. And I think if they can play within themselves and not, you know, put too much pressure on themselves, just relax, enjoy your touch, they're gonna have a successful day today.
They certainly are.
Oh, let's go down the wing again.
Yeah, they seem to be attacking that side, don't they, the Wildcats?
Yeah.
It's given them success a couple of times this morning already.
Yeah, you know, I think the Sharks are expecting the Wildcats to move open off their transition. So when fresh players come on from the sub-box, the Sharks are expecting the Wildcats to move that ball into the midfield.
Yeah.
What the Wildcats are actually doing is they're dummying that option and then passing back inside towards the short side and attacking the wing where there's a little bit of exposed space. Sharks maybe just need to creep across a little bit, just close that space off, force the Wildcats to go open side where maybe you're more comfortable in defence.
Going through the middle this time. It's a good quick passing by the Wildcats, and it looks like he's going to pay dividends. Oh no, they turned it over, but that was really, we saw their quality there, how quick they was putting the ball down, how quick they was passing it off, and they really was pulling the Sharks' defence.
Yeah, and that's the thing that makes the difference in this division. Can you get the ball off the floor really quickly? Can you get a nice clean roll ball? Unfortunately, they turned the ball over for hips, not square, but what is arguably more impressive from a coaching perspective is they've put the defensive pressure on and forced a turnover. So now they've got another option. I expect them to use their structure, and they'll probably look to play off the middle as they have been for the majority of this game.
And now they're going to the left-hand side, and again they've got 2 players over, and it's
well worked.
Just too easy there, and Georgia Hancock is the latest to put the ball over. But that's something Sharks have got to tighten up on, because they're leaving 2 players wide on the left-hand side, and it's just leaving too much space for the Wildcats to exploit. Yeah,
I think the Sharks are being a little bit too cautious of the threats that the Wildcats have in the midfield. So on their line, they're squashing really tight. What that means is if the Wildcats spot that, which obviously they have, they can just send a couple players wide and use their hands and get the ball on the outside, which is really smart play from the Wildcats, but also something that's quite easily changeable if you're the Sharks. You can just make that spacing a little bit wider, get your spacings a little bit more applicable. Yeah, again, this is something that these girls will not have been introduced to, but what is probably the best system for defence is just defending what's in front of you. If you see that they're wide, you want to number up a little bit wider. If you see that they're targeting a short side or they're targeting an open side, that's where you delegate the defenders to, you know, use up that space, not allow them to have such free use of the ball. But like I say, these are 14. If we're talking about stuff like this for their next progression, I think they're way ahead of where people expected them to be at 14.
Yeah. And it's the Sharks who have the ball now as they go over halfway. Some good yards made here.
Yeah, really nice yards. What's nice about the Sharks is that they use this drive, and when they do get it going, it's successful. But now this is 5th and they don't have any momentum, and it just stunts them a bit. If they can get the ball on the ground and pick it up really fast, they're gonna get the defenders retreating a little bit more. But at the moment, that 5th touch is just really slow.
It's interesting that in this the girls' tournaments are being played round robin, so no actual finals as such. And I think it's pretty safe to say.
Good speed.
They go through again.
She's just got to find the pass.
For half, she needs to find the pass and
good
does.
Score. Good score.
Did Logan Brown get back in time? No, I don't think she did.
No.
And down it goes. But again, it's Wildcats just using that speed that they've got.
Can't quite see the number. Is that 12?
It's 12. Yeah, it was Eloise Hillbrand who went through there.
It's good eyes up as well. You know, she can burst through the line. The first thing she does is look for a support.
Yeah.
As soon as she arcs her run towards the support, makes that pass really easy. You know, if you're on the receiving end of those, you're saying thank you very much. Like, give me 10 more of them, and I'll put them down every single time.
But yeah, this Wildcat side, I think, marching towards the national title by playing just really good rugby.
Yeah, and you know, they just do the basics well, and you've got to, if you're the coach, you've got to be happy with that, because that's all you can really ask of this division is, can you just do your basics well? Can you keep? Oh, that's nice feet.
That was fantastic. Margot Trinder there, just sidestepping, putting the shoulder down and going over. Boom. That was a great try.
Right foot whack, just you heard it hit the floor. To see, here's the roll ball. Can receive the ball back. Oh, boom! Right foot whack. He just gets away from the mid, trying to shoot that down. Off the left to get away from the cover in mid. Oh, you love those scores. You do love those scores. Great
bit of quality shown there.
Yeah, and you know, you can't really teach things like that that are athletic based, but you can teach the rest of it.
Yeah.
So, you know, girls who show that they've got that, you know, explosive step, mega speed, they're the kids you're looking at and going, well, actually, if I can get you to learn a 32 short properly, if I can get you to learn some of the more structured moves, and you can do that in open space, take it. Like, that's the ideal situation.
Yeah. So, but the Wildcats right back up on the 7-metre line once again as they look.
Yeah, Sharks have defended that a lot better. A lot better.
The thing is, they're going to take some momentum from that try because it was such a good try.
Yeah, 100%. You know, you saw her when she put the ball down, hand straight in the air, like, yes, I've done it. And I think, you know, if Sharks can just shore up a little bit defensively, she's off. Unlucky. It's good yards made off first.
Yeah, I think this is a feature for both teams that we've seen, that they are managing to make some really good yards with their plays. It's not like the sort of seniors and the nationals that we've seen in previous weeks, where obviously far more experienced players, but you don't tend to be making it takes something special to make the yards. With here, they're making a lot of yards on each play.
Yeah, definitely. Something that me and George were talking about, and Will as well, talking about it yesterday. What you're seeing here, it's like if you boil touchdown to its purest form, its essence of what touch is, this is what you see. It is people just going out and just running, trying to beat people one-on-one, not using a lot of structure. You know, structure's quite a modern thing in touch. Yeah. You know, it used to just be played like, who's got the best feet, who's the fastest, right, go do him in a phone box and then score. So this is what we're seeing, because these guys, you're not going to have time, and there's no real reason to put in all this structure, although they try and go down the wing. It's a really good covering touch from the Sharks winger.
It was Matilda Fox there with the covering touch, and the Wildcats have to go back. In fact, it's the Sharks who have the ball.
Yeah, it was a really good covering touch. You know, the Sharks are spacing a lot better. They're numbering up a lot better, recognising when the Wildcats have overlaps. You know, they're finding more success on their transition as well. This is 3. You know, they're over halfway. This is 4. So they've got one option now. They want to take a dump down, get someone to scoop. Half's there. That's a lot better. She's going to look to pass off. Unlucky. Structure's a lot better. They can just increase their accuracy. They're going to find more success.
It's the Wildcats who have the ball, and they are still in their own half. It's a good pass.
Yeah, it is a good pass. It's being defended better, you know.
Yeah.
They're working together now rather than defending as individuals. The defensive spacing is a lot better, although I think they're going to get called for offside there, which is probably just justified.
Into the final minute of this first half, 5-1, the Wildcats lead against the South East Sharks. Stiff breeze still blowing across the field here.
I don't think it's going to get any warmer either.
It's not, is it? Oh, this space opened up on the left-hand side here. But
she's got some really good skills. Number 12 for West Wildcats, Matilda Palmer. She's got some really good core skills. The catch and pass there. She's up putting the pressure on again.
Yeah, that high defence. Trying to put pressure on the Sharks.
Yeah, it's a good option there from the Sharks though. They've struggled to get some momentum off second, but you know that was third, and they're finding a little bit more space. They're just going sideways at the moment. Need to go forward.
Huta will go any second to end the first half. There it is.
Yeah, there it is. This is 5th as well. We're going to try and play round. Give it to Logan Brown, give it to the speedster. She's going to try and get her all the way round.
Goes it back inside.
Good.
It's a really good
Go
play.
on! Go on! Oh, lucky.
Really good effort by the Sharks right at the end of the first half. So
it seems like they leave their most exciting stuff to when the hooter goes, and it's like gives them that little bit of urgency to shift the ball a bit. Oh.
So at half-time, it's the West Wildcats who lead by 5 tries to 1. We will be back very, very shortly with the second half. Don't go away.
This is your 30-second warning. Please stay to the field, ready to play.
Welcome back. Second half about to get underway. The West Wildcats will have the tap off and they lead 5-1 going into the second half. 3 wins out of 3 for them already, and this would pretty much put the seal on the national title for them.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, good value for it as well. I think they've showcased what is possible at this age group.
Yeah.
And you know, they're going to be hard, and it's stuff like this, like, oh, the pace!
Oh, that's incredible! Just
oh, it's Matilda again, Matilda Palmer. Stop it! Little pocket rocket, screaming through.
Absolutely brilliant. No, just straight from the tap off.
But if you look at the line here, she runs a really nice J line, so she hits the line right next to the ruck. Means the pass is dead easy. And then it puts her in a position where she's got the ball secure in her hands. She can just put the toe on and just go past the defenders. You know, that's what we mean by core touch skills. Like, that's what we mean. And that's what's possible, even at this age group.
It's a great credit as well to the coaches of the West Wildcats, because they've clearly got these girls playing some really great rugby, some great setups, great systems, and it's working perfectly.
Yeah, definitely. It is quite hard at this age group. You know, at the end of the day, like, they're children, their brains are still developing, their bodies are still developing. They're not the finished product. So to be able to get so much structure into a team that, you know, we'll have 1,000,001 other things that they're doing. You know, I did at that age, and for them to actually be able to execute it as well as they are, yeah, it's a testament to both the players and the coaches. They've done such a good job in this division.
Yeah. And it's the Wildcats who have the ball again. And it seems to be a really strong junior setup at the West Wildcats as well. They've got teams at all age groups here.
Yeah, definitely. They are you know, they're an established division. I was having this conversation with Will Upton yesterday. There are divisions in the UK that are slowly climbing back. Who are slowly climbing back towards the southeast, because you know the southeast have had such a structured setup in terms of how their touches run from under 14s to masters, that they are you know, a couple of years ahead of everyone else. But regions like the Northwest, Midlands, West Wildcats, they're now engaging more with those really experienced players, allowing them to give a lot of information to the next generation, and that in total is going to just upskill everyone. You know, if you've got players at under 14s, under 15s, under 18s, learning from players who have represented their country, who have played touch at the highest level, the level of talent we're going to have in those regions is going to increase. And you see it here. You know, Southeast, this is a very, very new side. I expect, you know, given a year of coaching with Andy Pedicard, this team is going to be really, really good next year. But the Wildcats are just that year ahead in this division. They've had that engagement year last year. They've had a year's worth of coaching, and now you're seeing some really cohesive touch. It's just a credit for the way that the players have been able to apply all of this structure, especially first game, day 2. You know, it's from experience, it's tiring.
Yeah.
You know, you maybe a tough night of recovery, you're trying to get in, get a good night's sleep, get up, wake up properly to be able to execute a game plan. And you know, this Wildcat side has done it perfectly.
Yeah,
good feet.
It was good feet, and down it goes. So more pressing from the Sharks, and they transition well. Yeah,
they transition really well. They've for me, Sharks in this division are the team that's improved the most from the first time we saw them. You know, in the first game, they relied a lot on open field touch, broken play, looking at broken defences and stepping around them. From what we've seen, they've started to use more structure, give themselves more opportunities to use the natural ability that these players have. However, they're just playing against a Wildcat side that know how to defend it.
Yeah.
They're putting the pressure on in the right areas, and like I say, this Sharks side given a year would give this Wildcat side a really, really close game. It'd be really evenly matched. It's just that difference in development between the two sides.
And it's the Wildcats who are on the charge again.
She's off again.
That's brilliant. It's Annabelle Roberts who puts the ball down, but
she's off again.
Yeah.
Picks up from half. Right foot step again, goes through. Really nice agility shown there.
Yeah.
She's just making things tick.
Great centre of balance as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite easy to look at, people who are short in stature and think, well, yeah, you're probably going to be really explosive, but that low centre of gravity means that they can change their direction at top speed.
Yeah.
When you've got the low centre of gravity, there's loads that you see out there. Luke Lawrence for the Northwest is probably one that stands out. Really low centre of gravity, really explosive, moves around. It's so hard to stop. I've just been saved by a blanket as well, by the way, so it is Baltic out here. That's a lifesaver.
Joe's wrapped in a blanket next to me. I'll still stand here and freeze.
Yeah, it's cold. It's cold today. It's even more of a testament to these guys. I would not want to be running around the pitch today, especially not this morning.
And I think your blanket's been noticed by the South East Sharks.
Yeah, I hope it has. I'm bringing it back. The old school poncho. Let's do it. Why not? Where did it go?
And the West Wildcats are on the charge again into the South East Sharks half. Final touch though.
Yeah, that's
good defence.
Yeah, much better defence there. The link has dropped early, so she's in an onside position. As soon as that half then picks up, it means she can shoot straight at the half and shut it down. That's one of the ways that you defend a really good scoop, is just by chucking someone onside immediately and just giving them all the right to go and shoot that.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Quite a hard short pass there. It was difficult to handle.
Yeah, and again, if these girls are playing contact like I assume some of them are, that pass is a contact pass. That you got to get it from really quickly from A to B. You're working in close areas. That little spiral pass is used a lot in contact. However, in touch, those passes are more a lift.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to be concerned so much about defensive pressure because these guys are already going back. So that half just wants to lift that ball into the path of their supporting player, so they can just get on the ball, get it in control, and then use their pace. Looks like they're going to try and work the ball. Nice dummy. Good defensive pressure.
Yeah, certainly is.
That was a lot more. Was a lot more calm and confident about the southeast then.
Down it goes.
Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more direct running in this transition, because they're just allowing the Sharks to get onside, the Wildcats even to get onside, hold their space, not really moving the team much. This is probably where you see that not many of these girls have played these 40-minute games before. Touch is really tough on the legs when you're out there running, especially retreating. Like, defending is a lot harder than attacking, and the Sharks have done a lot of that. So I think that's why we're not seeing as much dynamic running. Oh, that's a lovely little show and go. Oh, good covering touch.
Great covering touch by Daisy Watkins there.
Lovely little show and go.
Watch this one again. It's
whoop.
Oh yes, that was lovely. Margot Trinder there.
Bye.
So unlucky, but fair play to Daisy Watkins. That was fabulous defense.
Wildcats are trying to reply with one of their own.
Logan
Brown is hunting, but did she get her? Oh, I don't think. Did she get her? Yeah, I think they're calling it back. Good defensive work.
Or is it?
Yeah, they're calling it all the way back. I think they're going to call an off the mark on the initial roll ball.
Or is it? Oh no, they're going halfway. I think it's been given.
No, it's been. I think. Let's
watch it. No, I don't think she doesn't get it, does she?
Yeah, well, the Sharks have had the ball turned over on the Wildcats 10, so I believe that must be a roll ball infringement that's brought that back. Otherwise, I think she might have been clean through.
The Sharks go again. Good yards, maybe.
I think they're going to look to quickie.
Final
scoop.
touch.
Go short side one more. Unlucky, good defence.
Good defence again by the Wildcats. We've got 10 minutes and a little bit left. 7-1 the Wildcats lead.
Yeah, they're good value for it. You know, this is where they look really dangerous. Just trying to expose the 2-on-1 overlap on the wing. They're making a lot of yards down that wing side. I think the link needs to help the winger out just a little bit.
Again, really good yards made by the Wildcats on this latest drive. They're on final touch now. But
oh, good. That's a lot better defended there. You know, maybe the scoop wasn't the right option because of how tight the Sharks' defence was.
But it's these things that come with experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, as you say, they're 14 years old. These are the things that they're going to develop and learn as they continue to play touch.
Yeah, definitely. I think Matilda Farmer's just been pulled back saying, yeah, you've got way too early. She was up immediately and in the face of the Sharks defenders. The Sharks attackers even. But again, this is just, I don't want to sound like a stuck record, but this is just the difference in experience. That's all it is. I think the Sharks have given really good games to the majority of their opponents, but this Wildcat side is just, it's very mature. It's got a really good foundation of people. You know, you can even look, if you want to be really specific, you look at the post touch of some of these players making the touch. The post touch is brilliant. They're in and out of the touch really well from the Wildcats, especially like, again, stuck record, but Matilda Palmer is making one-handed touches, exiting really well, always has her eyes on the ball so she knows when to shoot next. It's just the experience that's setting them apart, and it's hard to stop if you're the Sharks. Yeah, 2-on-1.
Now this space out on the left-hand side.
Oh.
There was the touch made before the ball went down.
Unlucky. Sophia Milligan nearly gets in. Daughter of someone I used to coach, actually. Brett Milligan from the men's 45s. He's a class player as well, I've got to say. Old school touch player. Wicked pass. Oh, it looks like they're going to attack this wing again. They go over the top. Sophia, ball
I think that's down, yeah.
Lovely score. Lovely score. Brett will be happy with it. Yeah, he's at the bottom of the pitch smiling and clapping. Yeah, he's going to love that.
Sophia Milligan goes over, it's 8-1. And that was a really nicely worked try. And the thing is they tried it before, didn't quite come off, but then they just executed it perfectly the second time.
Yeah, the reason why it didn't come off the first time is they hadn't engaged the people in the middle. So the people in the middle weren't fixed. They could just shift out and really like obstruct that space. Whereas what they did there is they took the touch on the middle and then stepped out towards the wing. So the middle has had to engage in that touching player. And then that beautiful pass just over the top floated. Nice and easy catch and score for Sophia Milligan. 8-1 is probably about where this game should be in terms of just execution when it matters.
And there's still 7 minutes just over left, and it could get.
Oh, nice.
Could get more for the Wildcats, but I mean the Sharks have. It's not to say that the Sharks have been totally outplayed. They've had their chances, and we've seen them get up to the 7-metre line and look quite dangerous when they've got there.
Yeah, it's just the 1%ers.
Yeah,
that's all it is. You know, there's nothing overtly wrong with what the Sharks have been doing. It's good, solid touch. You know, especially considering the age group that they're in, but you know, as we see, this Wildcat side, they just pick the good options. Oh, that maybe, as I say that, maybe pick the wrong option there. Maybe the pass out to the wing was on, but that's the second progression.
But having that confidence though to make that pass where it looks like it's going out left, but in the end it's just the short pass.
Yeah.
On the inside,
and like that's the second progression off that platform. You know, once you've conditioned the wing and you've scored on the wing, what will typically happen is the touch defences will cover that option more. So then that inside ball, the little drop on the trail, so they can just dive on the ball and score. That's on.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the Sharks hadn't quite numbered up the way the Wildcats wanted to, and it wasn't quite there for them.
The Wildcats with the ball again. Just coming up to halfway now. Again, it's good yards made as they head to transition from their sub-box. Touch made by Logan Brown for the Sharks. But look at the speed here.
She receives that ball at full tilt. It makes the defender's life so hard. Yeah, I think we know what's coming here.
Good.
Yeah,
that's final touch.
Matilda goes on the outside, finds Sophia.
Touch was made.
Yeah,
I think, yeah.
Good effort. Good effort.
Matilda Fox, good covering defence there to make the touch. It's still there. Oh no, it's Sharks' ball.
Yeah, 6 touch there. She had to scoop. Yeah.
Sharks again transition themselves.
Yeah,
just a little stalled there as I think they played it on.
Yeah, the pressure from the Sharks is from the Wildcats is just it's really impressive on the transition. Give it to the speedster on the wing, but just can't quite get there. No, you when you're on fifth and you're on halfway, it's so hard to generate some real go forward. You know, it's got to be something extremely special to threaten from that distance.
So the Wildcats coming again. Through the middle this time, final touch.
Yeah, it looks like they've got some space over on this left-hand side.
So they'll drive now.
Yeah, they're going to look to get on the outside. She's going to go through. Nice score. Spotted the space. Went round the outside.
Daisy Watkins just bursting through, and again, the speed is really at the essence of this Wildcats team. They've got so much speed in there.
Yeah, it's just those natural abilities that set teams apart. You know, especially at opens level, you'll look at those teams that do just have the speedsters. You know, one-on-one, so hard to stop.
Yeah.
Wildcats have got a really nice blend of them in their team.
Sharks coming. It's getting windier here, isn't it? You can probably hear it on our microphones.
It is brisk.
There's Logan Brown. Oh, she's round. Oh, the touch is made, though.
Yeah, the Wildcats have numbered her up really well. I think they realised that if you leave Logan in a lot of space, once she gets up to top speed, it's so hard to stop.
Yeah. Comes down. And all touches used. 3 minutes to go.
Yeah.
The Sharks can be proud of the performance they put in.
Yeah.
Let's be fair, they're playing a much better team, but they really applied themselves well at times in this game.
Yeah, and they're not without their opportunities, and they're not without their positives. Their defence on the transition has been really solid at times. I think that's going to get given for a forward pass there. Yeah, the typical referee head down saunter towards the infringement. You know what's coming. Doesn't want to stop the score, but kind of has to.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Sharks have positives to take from this. You know, some of the more challenging things in touch they've done really well. Like the transition defence has been quite solid for the majority of the game. It does just lose some of its impactfulness when you're trying to defend against a team as dynamic as the Wildcats in this division. You know, Andy will be seeing a lot of things that this team can learn and grow from this experience.
The Sharks who still come again, final touch. Once again, it's turned over, but they keep coming, they keep pressing, they keep trying the South East Sharks. And that's the coaches must be delighted with the way that they've not given up. They still continue to press, continue to try and make headway into that Wildcats defence.
Yeah, well, I've been there. I've been there with a junior team who's playing a more established team, and you know, my perspective of it is the game isn't the end result. The end result is putting the best account of you forward. So coaches at high performance can see you performing, you know, against a team when you are losing. But do you have that character? Do you have the passion? Do you have the ability to just keep working, keep doing your job, keep running to the best of your ability? And these Sharks have been able to do that against what it has been quite a one-sided game in terms of scoreline, but they've managed to stick in it, and they've managed to show that they're not just going to roll over.
Yeah. Wildcats pressed the line again, but
So that was a shot and a half there from Logan Brown, getting across. No.
As the Sharks start again, we're into the final 20 seconds of the game.
Oh, okay.
That will go back to the Wildcats, so they probably get one last try at the line.
They really want one more.
Oh, and there goes the hooter. I think that is going to be that. It is. And it's an excellent victory for the West Wildcats, but credit to the South East Sharks. They played their part in that game.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really good cameo from some of the South East Sharks players. You know, they'll be looking to the future. They'll be looking to learn from this. I guarantee if this same Shark side comes back in a year's time to the next Junior Nationals, you're going to see all that structure implemented, and they're going to be a really strong outfit.
Yeah. And so they're only going to gain experience from being here, aren't they?
100%.
So the West Wildcats head towards the national title at girls 14s. They're 4 from 4 now. But next we have the boys 17s and 19s clash, a round floor clash between the Midlands Tigers and the West Wildcats.
Yeah.
That will be tapping off at 10:30, so do join us for that very, very soon.
Well, as the end of the game for the first game of the day comes to a close, that's the 15-minute warning for